How's it going, everyone? My name is Case, and on this episode of TFL Bike, we're having our good friend Kyle Connor do a review for us of the Zero SRS on assignment for TFL. So let's check out this very cool electric bike.
Welcome to TFL, it's Kyle Connor, and I'm standing here with the Zero SRS. This is an all-electric motorcycle from Zero. They've been making electric motorcycles for a while, and with a new partnership with Polaris, we'll see some electric snowmobiles and ATV, UTV type stuff. But what we have here is the SRS. This is their top-of-the-line bike for 2020.
The Zero SRS comes in two colors, blue and this gray that you're looking at here. The standard base price is $19,995. We have the premium option that we are testing, which is $2,000 more. Now, what does the premium option get you? Well, it options a few things, such as a 6 kilowatt rapid charge system. This is level 2 charging, no DC fast charging is available on this bike. You also get a fly screen, heated hand grips, and aluminum bar ends.
It has the biggest battery, the most range, the most acceleration, and this one is the one with the fairing. The SRS has these little bit of a fairing on the front. The SRF is the naked version of this bike, but it's the same motor, brake, everything is pretty much identical. Little bit of a different suspension setup. This is a little bit softer, set up for cruising, and I'm going to tell you all about it. Everyone's first question with an electric motorcycle or an electric vehicle in general is how far can you go on one charge? And that totally depends on your riding style. You see, when you drive an electric vehicle, if you drive in stop and go traffic, you're using less energy to push air out of the way at lower speeds. And then of course, every time you slow down, it regenerates that power back into the battery pack. Much the same here with this Zero SRS fully electric. However, it's just much more affected by aero. A lot goes into the size of the rider, the weight, if you have two people on it. But Zero claims this bike will do about 160 miles in stop and go traffic. And of course, stop and go traffic is where you're going to get the most amount of range. Every electric vehicle goes through our test at 70 miles per hour highway range test, and this bike achieved 100 miles exactly, cruising at 70 miles per hour down the highway. Now granted, I was not riding it. We had a smaller, lighter rider on it, tucked the entire time, and that was sort of worst case scenario. If you had to sit like that cruising down the highway, you can expect about 100 miles at 70 miles per hour. But as the case with any electric vehicle, if you want to extend your range, you just slow down.
What was the behavior of the bike like? So it hit zero, did it go into turtle mode, or what did it do?
No, it kept going, and then it just goes battery depleted for a millisecond and then cuts off.
Okay, so it said you had no indication that you were running low at all? It didn't even show low range?
It said, it shows a red bar at 10%.
Yeah.
That slowly goes away, and then it goes 0 miles left, and then battery depleted.
And then the battery depleted and it's off right there. Okay.
Now that we've gotten range out of the way and you know just about how far this bike goes cruising, let's just take you on a tour of how it's set up, constructed, and gone around. Of course, you have two LED headlights up front, fully adjustable suspension in terms of compression and rebound, which is really nice. The handlebars are a little bit farther back. This is meant to be a cruiser, so you sit sort of upright. So whenever you're really leaned down, your elbows really get stuck out. I'm not a super big fan of that. Of course, you can always change the bar out and move things farther forward, but from the factory, it's not so much. These mirrors fold in for easier storage, so that is very nice. Coming around the side of the bike, I'll show you some of the storage. There's a keyhole over here that I'm putting a key in, pops up storage. You have your level 1 or just a regular wall outlet charging cable. This battery pack is so small that it can fully charge overnight just plugged into a wall. You also have two USB-A ports in there for charging your devices. Now, this is where you charge the bike. This is the J1772 port, and this is how you obviously get electricity into the battery pack. This port can charge at about 7 kilowatt, and that is because this is the premium version of the SRS. The base bike, I believe it's $1,500 cheaper or so, will only charge at 3 kilowatt at a level 2 station. Especially if you're going to be going on a road trip without DC fast charging, this is the option to go for, the premium, because you can be riding, with your buddies, stop in for lunch at a restaurant with a J1772 level 2 charger, and you'll be gone from 0 to 100% in basically a little over an hour, about an hour and a half. It's really not bad at all. Seats are really nice, very comfortable bike to spend a lot of time on, especially if you're just cruising upright. Something really special about riding an electric bike, hearing all of the sights and sounds. It's really amazing around you. Coming to the back of the bike, of course, you have your turn signals. They're on these little bushings, so if you do drop the bike, hopefully you don't, but you have these that hopefully will not break off. Nice little bumper thing down here, and your license plate. Pretty standard construction. It is belt driven, not chain driven. Some of the Energica competitors are chain driven, and those chains make a lot of noise. This bike, almost dead quiet unless you really crack the throttle, and then it screams. It's really cool. Let's talk performance. This bike's just over 550 pounds, close to 570. Really not bad considering the electric powertrain. Batteries typically are heavy. They figured out a way to make it super compact, super energy dense here. And the nice thing is the placement of the battery pack. It's right in the center of the chassis, really nice and low. So when you lean this thing over, you get no top heavy feeling. This loves to just carve into the corners. Now, of course, it's not a track bike. It's not something you're really going to be romping on, but for the canyons, going out for a cruise, this is absolutely perfect. You have 110 horsepower peak power output, but the nice thing about this setup is it's pretty much linear. It doesn't die off. So many electric vehicles, electric bikes tend to just kill power above 60, 70 miles an hour. This pulls all the way to its rated top speed of 124 miles an hour, and allegedly we have seen higher as well with no signs of power cut. So this is a seriously quick bike, no question. In the real world, it's hard to get anything faster than this to get around because of that instant electric torque. It's a direct drive, no gearing. As soon as you crack the throttle, this thing just rockets off, and it makes a really cool sound while doing so. You have traction control and stability management all provided by Bosch on this bike. Really nicely calibrated setup. You can also drive the bike in a few different drive modes, such as rain mode, comfort, or I guess it's called street, track, and eco. Eco is really great because it doesn't allow you to really get the full power out. So if you're doing a long transiting section, it's nice. Of course, the bike has cruise control as well. And just a great bike to ride in so many different environments. I've been very impressed. And that's been your quick introductory tour to the Zero SRS. I've really enjoyed riding it over the last little while. If you'd like to see more with electric motorcycles on this channel, please comment down below, and of course, subscribe to TFL, and we will have plenty more coming on electric motorcycles. Thanks for watching.
Huge thanks to Kyle for doing that awesome review. And if anybody out there, any of our viewers, wants to submit video of their personal motorcycles and tell us how you like the bikes that you ride every day, go to tflstudios.wetransfer.com. Go ahead, shoot some video of your bike, drop it on that website and send it over to us, and you might even make it onto the channel. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.